How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Sorry, there was a problem with the update with the Zoom link, but I've managed to solve it.
Hey,
Yeah, I've seen your message.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm
I'm
doing fantastic. Sorry, there was a problem with
oh,
the update with the Zoom link. Yeah,
okay. Oh, the okay. Uh, I believe all of you can see my screen.
yeah,
Okay, just giving you an update. This might be a little bit ahead of you. I think Steve, you've seen the chart. I didn't want actually this is not a good time to be doing a market scan with new individuals, totally new. But let me just do a market scan because that's what we are always scheduled to do. I'll just do a market scan, but I'd actually love to do the basics with you right now. But because I wasn't planning for it, so I'll just go ahead with what I already did plan to do. Oh, she's coming. Okay. Yeah. So overall, I'm gonna do something like a markup so you guys can be able to really relate a little bit if you've been watching the videos, if you've seen all the videos in the hub, then a markup might be the right thing to do right now. So we are on 23rd. Yes, the markup is okay to do the markup. I'm going to hide all my panels. So this is TradingView. The platform is called TradingView. I'm going to send you links to be able to download the TradingView in your PCs and register on it so that you guys can just be updated. I'm going to hide some of the things. So TradingView is just a platform that we use to do what? We use TradingView to kind of do overall market analysis. So whatever you're seeing, all these lines, these are representation of price, representation of what price is currently doing. So once you guys have touched all the basics, so this is what we now call a candlesticks, and we are on the 1 minute. This is a candlestick. So this is a representation of price. If you see one blue or one, I hope you guys can see these things are looking like a candlesticks. Yeah. Able to see this? These are what we call candlesticks. Candlesticks. So candlesticks definitely is just a representation of price. Now, if you see up here, I'm going to teach you about all about these candlesticks. You're going to learn all about it. You're going to learn different ways we can use different. You can decide to use a candlestick. You can decide to use what we call a line chart. Okay, so this is just a candlestick in the moment that we are using to kind of do an overall analysis of chart. And because we're doing a market scan, we want to see how probably where the market might be heading to in the course of the week. And in this case, I'm looking, which kind of market am I looking? I'm looking at the market of gold against US dollar. That is my favorite pair, gold against US dollar. So you can actually see here, I'm on the trading view. I'm able to find to do the market overwatch of gold against the US dollar. You can see here it's gold against the US dollar, and the broker is Owanda. Owanda is one of the biggest brokerage firm that is registered in the US. So we use Owanda most of the time because we can trust the data that's coming from Owanda because it's verified. it's verified, and it's being regulated in the US. So normally 99% of all retail traders who are watching the market, they normally just use Oanda. They actually look from their data from Oanda because the slippage is very tight. Okay. So if you're watching the chart of Oanda, you're watching the price of current market price of what any commodity is doing. You can decide to look at Tesla. You can decide to look at any kind of stock. You just type here, Steve, which football team do you support? Or NBA team? Or you're not a soccer
Congo.
man? Congo.
You see what we did to Portugal, eh?
Yeah. Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
You caught me off guard there.
Hey.
Okay, okay. In the English Premier League, I don't think Congo is traded publicly. I don't think the Congo team is traded publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or maybe which company do you know in Congo? The biggest company that you know in Congo?
Democratic Republic. Or Kinshasa. Kinshasa.
Kinshasa.
Kinshasa, yeah.
What is Kinshasa? Is it a company? Or that is a
Yeah.
capital?
Mom, isn't that the capital of Congo?
That is the capital of Congo. I'm talking of a company.
Oh, company. Oh.
Yes.
Mm,
A publicly
any
traded
company?
company.
I don't know. Maybe like, Tesla. I don't know. I'm thinking Tesla. I don't know.
Yeah, you just have to go back to Tesla. Yeah. So this is where you can actually find and just be able to do a market overview of what Tesla is
Yeah.
currently doing. So just type Tesla. You can see actually you can see Tesla different with the different brokers. So these are brokers on the right side. These are brokers. Okay. Brokers that you can use to trade Tesla with. And you can see here, this is Tesla, TNC, that is using the NASDAQ. All of you know what NASDAQ, okay? What just Elon Musk just launched the other day. So let's see like where it is right now. Last week, it did close around 400.42. So, and that is on the 1 minute. If we check this, so this is a representation of price, of what price is doing. Remember, price normally moves in different times. You can actually check it in 30 seconds, in 1 second, blah, blah, blah. So if you can see in the 1 minute, you can actually see, I'm going to teach you how to really be able to identify a trend. Now, in this case, it's showing us that the trend has been going up. If I'm talking up, you can see we have many blue candles. Now, in your case, you're going to see either red or green candles when you're watching the default part. It's either red or green. But mine, I've just edited it. Now it's blue and red. I have something personal to do with that color code. So if I'm able to draw a line, you can actually see like the market has been going up. This is just a little bit of a retracement. So we're going to talk about that. But the market that I want today to do an overall, I was just doing that for you. I'll be looking for what we call gold against the dollar. Remember, gold is traded in what? Is traded, the exchange normally is traded with gold, okay? Gold is traded with dollars. So the exchange, you sell some gold, you're waiting to receive some dollars. Okay, I'm going to go directly to the monthly, and not much activity has been happening because today is on what date? We are on 21st. So we have how many days for the month to close? We have 9 days. probably if this month will be closing in, oh, let me see, Mom, David, thanks. I'll have to make time before involved. Okay. Appreciate you. Okay. That is Miss Agustin texting back. Okay. So on the monthly, what we're able just to see is just gold has been going up until the last 4 months. The last 3 months is when gold has been trying to do what? To now come back. Okay. You see, for the last previous month, gold has been doing this, has just been going up. If you can see this is what all these blue candles, gold has just been going up. So this is the month that we are currently in, this month. Let me use this. Bam, bam, bam. Okay. What's happening to my trading view? Yes. So you can see this is the current month that we are on, this one. And the price has been pushing down from where it started. This is the open, this is the close. Open, close. Open is where the candle has started and where the candle is currently now. So for a bearish candle, for a selling candle, somebody saying something?
So meaning this is not a good time to trade because the market is down.
Well, the market, okay, in Forex, what we do, we can trade both sides, okay? We can actually trade on both ends. We can decide to trade for sells and we can decide to trade for buys, okay? That is the one advantage of gold, or sorry, of Forex. Like, because we are doing a CFD. CFD is we are buying an online representation of price. We are not like buying the actual stock. If we were to buy the actual stock, it is a different thing. Now in Forex, you're doing it both ways, okay? If you want to invest long term, now it is something a little bit different. And I'm actually going to show you how to really do that breakdown. But you can actually use what we are doing here to also be able to look at some of the assets that you're able to buy and which levels are you going to wait for them for you to be able to buy them, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, because the trick is always one, what the banks and the big institutions and the big boys always do, they always want to buy low and sell high, okay? Buying low and selling high, because if you buy low, then you sell it high. Let's say you buy up, like right now, let's say gold is at around 41.55. You buy gold at 41.55 and you buy like 10, okay? At 41.55, you buy it at this level, and then you wait for it to go back to these levels up here. This level is, so we are buying gold at around this area, this red line, and you're waiting for it, you want to take your profit when it reaches around this area, around 55.77. So if you do your mathematics there, you've made how many dollars? That is if you are just doing a common, we call it what? Just a common trade. You're just trading it commonly. This is a difference of, let me do this. Let me see. Just from here. Okay, something fishy is actually happening with my trading view today. That should not be the internet. Okay, yeah, there. So from here to here. So that is a 25.1 from 0.15%. That is a good amount of money, depending on what capital you did put in. That is almost a 1,400 pips. That is a very good amount. Let's say you're making $1 a pip. So that is around 1,400. Okay? Profit. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm actually going to break it down to you guys when we start officially. Right now, I'm just trying to analyze
No,
what
it
goes.
does make sense. You say you want to buy when the market is on low and trying to
Yes.
sell when you can make profit. So you want to sell when it's above the blue line. That's the time that you want to sell. But you buy when it's below. Is that what you're trying to explain?
Yes. So technically, the idea is to always find areas where you can buy low, sell high. Or now in Forex, we are able to do it in both ways. We are able to sell high, okay? Sell high and buy low, and the opposite. Okay? So I make money when the market is going up, and when the market is also going down, depending on where my entries were. Okay? Okay, let me see. Who's this now? Okay. Okay, my trading view today is a little bit misbehaving, but we're gonna figure it out. So technically, gold right now, it's at this level, at 41.55. And we can actually see the overall trend is still bullish. We are still bullish, meaning buyers are still here. Okay, we haven't finished this move, because if we just calculate, this is this month, this was last month. So for the last, how many months? We are on the 6th month of the year. So for the last 1, 2, 3, for the last 3 months, gold has been going down. And there's a reason why gold has been going down. We've had so many uncertainties. We've had a lot of investment going on. We've had a lot of wars, because gold is normally what we call a safe haven. Literally, why gold was going up is because of the uncertainty that was there. This was during the uncertainty that was there in the world. There was a lot of fear, the fear of the world war and blah, blah, blah. So a lot of people were buying gold, were putting their money into gold. Right now, gold has been going down because of one thing. And for me, the reason why gold has been going down is because of the correlation that it has with the dollar. I remember Mr. President, Mr. Trump said something. He said he's going to flip a dollar like a yo-yo, the way he wants it. And technically, that is what is literally happening. So you can see if gold is being traded with the dollar. So if the value of the dollar goes high, that means what? If the value of the dollar goes high, then gold will a little bit go down. Okay, I don't know if you're able to get that correlation. Anybody? If the value of the dollar goes high, the price of gold, it degrades. The value of the gold goes down, because you're putting two things like this. You are exchanging this against this. If this one goes high, then this one will go low automatically.
How do you know the price? How do you tell the price and the difference between the dollar and gold?
So right now, you're able to buy gold. You can actually see where gold is being traded right now. You can actually see, you see my red line?
Yeah.
This one? this is where the price currently is. And if you look on the right side, this is the price right now. 4155.405. Are you able to see?
Yes.
So that is the price that gold is being traded right now.
Okay.
Okay.
So is that high or is that low?
So right now, depending on where it is coming from, it is going down, because you can see our peak point was where? Our peak point is up here. Let me change the color of the line. Our peak point is blue. Are you able to see here? This is the highest gold ever went. Okay. And you can definitely, so if you come here, you are able to see what time it was, what date it was, and when did it start coming down. So if I point here, down here you're seeing what? Down here you're seeing Thursday. Are you able to see just directly down? Let me put a vertical line here so that you can be able to see what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So you can see if I point it here, it's showing me down here. This was Monday, 02 Feb 26th. Are you able to see that? Sorry. Are you able to see? Are you able to see this?
Yeah.
Thursday, 02 January 26th. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
So this was where the highest that gold ever did go. And if we look right on this side, I'm talking of if we look right here, you can see gold went to 55.90. You get it? So if somebody did make a sell for gold, did predict that price was going to sell from this area, right now this person is in huge profit because gold has done what?
It dropped down.
It did drop down. Amazing. So gold did drop down to this level. And the difference is now 26.09%. Are you able to see that?
Yes.
So this is a huge amount of volume of money that tanked away from the market. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for me right now, I'm seeing that gold, the pressure we actually still having the pressure for the sells. Now, we have some things that we use to just be able to identify, like literally areas that gold might be doing what? Might actually make some break, and why we can decide to take some buys, some sells. So if you can look closely, and I think you know about this, we were talking about this level. The other week, we talked about this level. This was the 618. It was a crucial area, the 618. This is the golden ratio area, where you can see the first time we did get a very huge rejection. The first time price came down, we did get a very huge rejection from that area. Because
I'm on the phone. Huh?
See here, this level, we did get a very big rejection point. Then we retraced back. Then we are still at the same point. So we came back to the 618 level on the monthly. So don't be surprised if again this level rejects price. Don't be surprised again if this level decides to reject price a little bit, for price to come up a little bit again. I would love for price to come up a little bit to come and retouch the second week. But remember, the monthly candle has not yet closed. This candle has not yet closed. So we are not sure that this price will close at this level. We still have how many days for the month to close? We have 9 days. We have like 9 days for this month to close. So this candle, we are not yet counting. But overall, I'm still loving gold to come to this level. I really appreciate if gold can come down to this level. And my reasons are, we have a very nice gap that was supposed to be filled. Remember, the market will always try to come and correct itself. We have a very huge gap, and this is where the institutions are targeting. Remember, the 786 is always the institutions level, where the banks are looking at this level, the big boys are looking at this level, and this is where they love to do what? To buy low. They always want to buy low. So they'll do whatever it takes for the market to come around to this area, for them to buy now. And let's look if that is a very psychological area. Let's see if it is a psychological area we're going to see. So I'm going to put a fair value gap buy. Then I want to see, we're having 38.22. 38.22, the midpoint is around 3600, around 3600. So yeah, it's a very psychological area. We should not be surprised if this month or next month, the price of gold manipulates us and it might want to come back to this area. So technically what I'm looking for is gold to kind of reject a little bit. Then we get that drop down here before we buy to Dubai. I call them buys to Dubai. Buy to Dubai. Like we must be going all the high. Like I'm targeting this year alone, I'm still targeting gold to reach around my first level gold. I want gold to come to around 6,000. 6,000. If whatever is happening in the world continues doing, I'm still targeting gold to come to the areas of 6,000s. This is the area I'm still expecting gold to come because we are already at the golden ratio. So 6,000 will be the best area. Then our next target will be around 7,021. 70.21 up here. So these are my highest target for gold this year. Now we normally love to trade on the daily, so I'll break it down to the weekly. Let's see what the weekly has for us. What information do we have in the weekly? So you can see how the weekly, the market has been behaving. It looks a little bit, again, different information. But we still have our key levels, which are looking super, 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 super best. This is good. So on the weekly basis, we are on what level? This is the area I think I talked about the other week. We said we want to sell to these areas. We want to sell to these areas. On the weekly, this was our kind of looking fib. I want to hide this bigger fib. I'm going to teach you about the fib. Steven and Miss Anya are going to learn about the fib, this kind of thing that I'm drawing and why we use it. Why do we use the fib? What is the fib? So once you just have to know some basics about it. Right now, we are in a very strong demand area. This is a very strong demand area. A very strong demand area. We already touched the back wall. That was super, super. This is a demand area on what time frame? Weekly. A demand area is basically where buyers are staying. This is a demand area for the weekly. So those swing traders who are looking to buy gold, this is a perfect time you can decide to buy gold as well, because we are sitting around buyers' territory. Unless sellers now come and break to these levels down here. You can see how we've been rejected. The first time we came here, we got rejected from the base, down here from the second base. Now we are trying to retest it again. Ideally, we always want this candle to close below for us to say that this territory is already taken. The one thing that I'm loving is that we are in a very good area for the institutions buys. So don't be surprised. The market might decide to open up here. Definitely, the market must respect this line. Either way. Either way, I'm still expecting the market to respect this area. Did we retest all the above areas? Yes. We did retested. So my view is we do something like such. If buyers are to step in, they're going to step here. So I'm looking for something like this. The other way, the worst case scenario is if sellers overwhelm this place, then they're going to break, retest, then come back to our fair value gap, then for the buyers now to kick in. So these are the two areas. If you want to buy now, you can say hesitate. You can hesitate and look and wait for gold to come to around 3,000 to try and retest back the 3,000 level. If we fail to break 4,000 and 4,000 brings a very high rejection, then I think we are going to go to our levels high. Our first target should be around areas to take profit first will be around 45.40. 45.40, I'm seeing a very strong what? Previous 618, previous structure level. Previous 618, previous structure level around 45.56. So 45.56, another level we want to take our profit is 48.31. 48.31, it's another psychological nice area because it was a previous fair value gap which was invalidated. And then if we manage to break, I'm looking for gold to go all the way up and face another rejection around 53.72. And another one will now come at our target areas of 55.68. We break above, we continue going high to our take profit areas, biggest take profit areas. Yeah. And this is just an overall breakdown of what gold might be doing during this time. Wairimu, good morning.
Good morning.
Oh, you're there.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Welcome. I know you're seeing very new faces. I think you're the only person who understand much better what I'm talking about. And Anne, Steve and Miss Anya are still new.
Yes, I'm understanding everything you're talking about.
Okay.
Devi,
So,
Devi,
yes.
is it possible you record for some of us who might be giving medicine and to us, I might need that?
Yeah, absolutely. You
Are
can
you
actually
recording?
see it is being live streamed. It is live on YouTube, so you're going to have access to it. I've decided because I'm having a space issues with my storage, so I've just decided I'm going to abuse YouTube storage.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Noted.
Okay. So you're going to have access to it. If you just type Smart Hub Network, you're going to see the YouTube channel. If you need the link, I'm going to send you. Then you're going to be able to
Okay.
come.
Appreciate.
Awesome. Okay, you can actually see I was looking at some other things. I was looking because I'm looking at my other monitor. I'm looking at some people actually looking as in YouTube. So that's why I was posting sometimes to kind of look for the comments. So technically, we are at a very stronger demand area right now. Very stronger demand area. So these are the two scenarios. The best thing is if you can identify where price wants to go, then trading it becomes a little bit easier for you. If you're able to know where the big boys want to jump in, where they want to jump out, you're able to just capitalize on it a little bit, take your profit and wait. So if there's any other fear, because the best thing that I've noticed, especially whatever the last few months, like literally last week and the other week, whatever I've seen in the market, was a lot of fear was being sold to many individuals. And when people panic, when there's panic, a lot of people capitalize on it. The big boys capitalize on it a lot. You can see what happened to Bitcoin. I did call the buy on Bitcoin at 62. Bitcoin went back to 65. I don't know if anybody did buy Bitcoin. I said we are in the lower buy levels at 62. That is a very good price area to enter to buy Bitcoin. It went all over to 65. I don't know where the price of Bitcoin right now is. Wairimu, do you know where the price of Bitcoin is? I don't know if you've been trading Bitcoin.
No, I actually stopped trading Bitcoin for quite some time because
Okay.
this time it did not have any definite move.
Let me just check the price of BTC right now. Yeah, right now we are trading at around 63,191. Yeah, so it again did drop a little bit, but I'm still looking for it to go to around 63,859. So 63,859. So those are but definitely be careful with the Bitcoin, because right now Bitcoin looks like it wants to manipulate a lot of people. And my lower levels, I'm looking for still Bitcoin to come to around 56, 55. Those are going to be my best buying points of Bitcoin. The only asset right now I'm only telling anybody to buy, if you are a long-term investor and you want to invest in crypto, the best currency, and we had this call with Doni the other day, the best crypto right now to buy is XRP. XRP is the best crypto right now to buy it. If you want to now buy it long-term, invest in XRP. XRP right now is trading at around how much? How many dollars in the US? Let me see. In Kenyan shillings, it's around 150. Yeah, one XRP right now. Let me just see XRP. Let me see, check the price of it right now. Okay, XRP price is trading at around. Oh, no. Imagine you're buying XRP at 0.6 US dollars, one XRP right now. So meaning it did drop. XRP is now trading at 0.6. 0.6. So let's say you buy the shares of XRP of just 1,000. And to whatever we know is the government are now trying to find a way to do what? To tax people who are doing cryptocurrency. They're trying to find a way they can tax anybody who is doing Bitcoin and blah, blah, blah. Because that is definitely impossible to do, because it is a decentralized asset. Like there's no central government controlling it. Then it's going to be a very difficult task for the government to be able to tax it. That's where the big boys are hiding their money. That's where these trillionaires and blah, 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 they're hiding their money. So the only way for the government to do that is to adapt one crypto. That is the only way they're going to do it. To adapt, and I think that bill is still being discussed in the US Senate. They're still trying to pass that bill of cryptocurrency and blah, blah, blah. Once they are able to pass that thing, then that means they're going to decentralize their money as well. They're going to come up with their own asset. And the asset that we know, that we have information about, that the US government is going to adopt is XRP. So you can imagine buying shares of XRP right now, then you give it 5 years, 10 years to come. Because the only way the government wants to do is they want to own that asset. If they can own that asset, then that means they are able to tax from it. They are able to take tax from it. That is the only way that they're going to be able to tax. Because if the government now comes and says, we are now confirming that we are now legalizing assets like exchange. You can actually go to a shop and buy a bread using XRP. You can go to blah, 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 to transport section and use Bitcoin to buy and use. I think there are so many shops right now, so many malls which have started doing that. Here in Kenya, I've seen in Nairobi, they actually Bitcoin payments going on. That's why the government is really trying to find a way to come in, but it's going to still be difficult for them because it is a decentralized asset. Like nobody is in the center. It is one-to-one. It is me and you, transaction direct. Boop. Blockchain technology. Nobody can come in the middle. So if the government can adopt XRP, then they're able to make money from it. If they're able to make money from it, meaning what? A lot of the government, now all the government institutions, the banks and blah, 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 will now be only trading on XRP. They'll leave trading these other assets. They'll just be trading now XRP. If they do that, a lot of money will be pumped in it. If money is pumped in it, what does that make asset to be? That asset goes high. So XRP right now for me is the best crypto to invest in, is the best so far to be able to buy some and just lock in some, have them somewhere, pretend you never did anything, then give it some time. We were told this story with Bitcoin some years back. Yeah, so anybody who was buying Bitcoin at 50, they're now laughing. Let's see. So technically this is gold. Sorry, I went to so many stories about XRP. Let's go back to our weekly analysis of gold. So technically on the weekly, this is what I'm looking to actually do. And let's break it down further to the daily now, because most of us are daily traders. We are scalpers. We are daily traders. What are we expecting the market to do on the daily time frame? So one thing on the daily, I was able to note, we had a buy-side liquidity. We had a buy-side liquidity, which we did manage to take it. Can see how the buy-side liquidity is, Victoria? You able to see that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was a daily buy-side liquidity. Now, you can see the kind of manipulation that happened. This is what a lot of people talk, stop loss hunting. Because remember, a lot of individuals had their stop loss just below the liquidity. A lot of people who did get in from the buys around this area. Let me use my thing. Around these areas, a lot of individuals were able to see this. They could actually see these areas. And a lot of people did push their buy, and most of them placed their stop loss below here. Because that is always the rule of the game. You always want to place your stop loss just a little bit below. This is why sometimes using the ATR is good to be able to see areas you can be able to place your stop loss. So look at what happened. This was where a lot of money was, liquidity areas where the institutions always want to push to manipulate. So price came, took all these guys' money, because we were talking this was a buy-side liquidity. And then look what happened. Price started pushing up. Price started pushing up immediately. What does that say? So again, why did price push up only to this level and turn back again around? I want Victoria to identify that for me. Why did just price come back to this area, push to this area again, then it got rejected?
Because there was a strong resistance.
Amazing,
there.
amazing, amazing. That was a very strong resistance. If we had done our markup clearly on the daily, this would have been what? Amazing, amazing. That was a very strong resistance. If we had done our markup clearly on the daily, this would have been what? Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was a very strong resistance. If we had done our markup clearly on the daily, this would have been what? Amazing, amazing, amazing. That was a very strong resistance. If we had done our markup clearly on the daily, this would have been what? this area was what? Initially, it was a demand area. True?
Yes.
The demand area, what happened? The sellers managed to break the territory for the buyer, where buyers were staying. Remember, this was a buying area. A lot of buyers were here looking to buy. You can actually see the first time price came. The first time price went up, price came back to this area. Look what the buyers did. The buyers pushed price up. They pushed price to these levels. Then more sellers jumped in. Now these sellers became aggressive. There was a very big battle around this area. You can actually see it took how many days to break this area? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 good days of battling. This is why if you're able to identify these areas, trading becomes easier for you. So it took 15 days for these sellers for these buyers to finally give up. Then the sellers did get in. So this area automatically turns to be what? If you're fighting a military base, and you go to the enemy's base and you take over, you automatically become the enemy's base. You now form your own base there. So the sellers automatically formed their base here. So it became a high resistant area. Now the sellers pushed to another demand area that we had identified, this one. So they pushed to another base where a lot of buyers ran to. These buyers were able to push. These buyers were able to push. They pushed price. But they pushed price, but remember, this territory now was a seller's territory. Look what happened the moment we touched it. It was just one touch, and then boom, we again dropped back. So right now, that's why I'm saying we are still in uncharted waters. We are still in uncharted waters. What can happen? If these sellers were very aggressive and now they've become aggressive here, they're going to be able to break this area. If they break, I'm looking for price to come to the fair value gap here. First of all, we're going to respect this area and this area. So just anywhere you're seeing my lines, these are areas you can actually decide to be taking just a little bit. And this is what we now call scalping. The best thing with the trading, if you've just seen like, okay, these guys have did break here, you enter your trade here. Just from here to here, depending on the amount of money you placed, that is enough for somebody's salary. Depending on the amount you're entering with, that is enough for somebody's salary. That is enough for somebody's salary a day, a month, a year, depending on the amount that you have, depending on the capital that you have. Just getting in here and cashing out here, it's a huge amount of percentage. It's a big percentage gain. And the difference, somebody was just asking me the other day, the difference between trading and these other forms of investment and many other things is like, if you go to if you're doing business, there's actually a defined amount of profit that you're able to make. In trading, there's no defined amount of money that you're able to make. You can make your 10% of your capital right now. Is not like if you're investing, let's say in government bonds, investing in these other kind of investments. There is an assurity of, let's say, a year you're able to make 3%, 10%, real estate the same. Like there's a cap, there's a defined thing that you're an amount that you can be able to make. In trading, nobody can tell you that you're able to make 2% today. You're able to make 10% today. You're able to make 200% today. You're able to flip your account. Let's say you've funded your account $500, you're able to flip that account to $1,000 the next day. And the bad side is the same thing can happen on the negative side. So if you don't take correct risk management, that's why we so much emphasize on risk management, you're also going to lose that money instantly again. But if you take correct risk management, you're able to flip that account. There's no like limit ratio on the amount of money that you're able to make. No. So depending on your analysis and how you're able to do it, you're able to make a good amount. Let's look at, so this is the daily, whatever I'm looking at. Now, because we are here, we are still staying at around this area, and I was able to see this. And thank you, Victoria, you've noted that. So literally, I'm seeing a lot of sellers are pushing the market down. And these sellers, if I'm able just to do my fib, I think we did the strategy the other day with you, probably Anne. So you must be getting a little bit of concept of what we are doing with the strategy. So this is the time I now start in putting my strategy at work. I do something like this because I always do daily trading. Okay, consolidation, there we go. Darken that a little bit. There we go. So what was the high? This is the highest point that made the low, and we came to the 618, which was a very good rejection point. So literally, these are the areas we were taking sells. Now, literally, if we manage to break, I'm looking for this trade to go to these levels. I'm looking for shorts. I'm looking for shorts at this level. If we break, so I can put a pending order here. I'll put my stop loss in the middle point, and I'll take it to the ratio of 1:2. So I'll have to reduce my thing. 1:2 there. Like I'm risking my 1% to get 2%. So this is the first trade I'll be looking at. The next trade, I'll definitely take my trade on the smallest time frame because this is going to take a while. I'm going to put this on the sidewall here. And I'm going now to go directly to... The reason why I'm looking for sales on the daily is because of this. I'm seeing a pattern of what? And we are inside the box. Inside the box is normally an uncharted waters. If you don't know how to really do anything around this area, you can decide to wait. Okay? You can decide to wait. So let's look at another time frame. Now we're in the daily, we go directly to the 4 hours. There we go. I know Steve is completely lost and Mom, but don't worry. You're going to really be able to fully grab whatever we're talking about. We're just looking at areas we are able to buy low, sell high, blah, blah, blah. It's super easy. I know you guys are like, all these things. No. It's super easy. The moment you'll be able to break it down, you'll be like, oh no, I didn't know this was like this. So you're going to finally get it. Okay. A lot of lines, 50 million lines right now. So you can see we've just been breaking price from the lowest, from the highest time frame coming to these points. Okay, I'll now hide my demand area because I no longer need it. I've already established we are inside bias territory. I've already established that on a bigger time frame, so I also don't need this. Now, on the 4 hour, what's happening? on the 4 hour. What's happening? Victoria, higher high, higher lows, lower lows. What happened? What happened? Are
Okay,
you
what
able-
actually happened is
Mhm.
price did not break the previous higher high. So it was still indicating that we are in bearish momentum. Yes.
Amazing, 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 amazing. Price failed to break the previous higher high, which was this point. The moment it failed, we knew what? We actually got 2, 3 retest. Price retested this area more than 2 times. This was a very good indication. It is a very strong high seller's territory. So if somebody was not able to get into this trade, I don't know. If the first time you did not get into this trade, the gods were kind enough. Price came back to the same area point. And let's look. This is what we were pointing. I think if you're able to look at the video, I already did put it in the hub that we did on the other week before last week. We were actually calling for this buy. We did call for this buy to this area. The reason why we said price was coming to this area is because we did identify this. We had identified a very big, good gap.
Yes, that's what I wanted to say. It's even so evident in the daily.
Yes. It was a very super gap for taking sales. This is what made me laugh all through the weekend. So we knew we were taking sales in this area, and price did exactly it. So right now, I was actually selling to this fair value gap. For me, I was selling to this fair value gap. And right now, we are still battling this fair value gap. Literally, if we form a drop-based drop, I think we might be forming that ladder to come down. But definitely, if I can just put a buy fib roughly, if I can put a buy fib to be able to see like where did the retracement happen, because right now this is my low, now this one becomes my high. So if this is my low point, my low price area, the reason why we just use the fib is to be able to see strongest area where buyers and sellers are. So my highest point, let me put it accurate and make sure it's very accurate. Now, where are we? Where are we? Where are we? We are at the 618. Did price touch the 786 institution area? Not yet. We missed it by some points. And the reason maybe we missed it is because of this gap. So literally, if the worst has to happen, you can decide to come and put your order here down, because price must definitely reject. And the first area I'm going to take profit is this area, because this is my previous what? What is this, Victoria?
Supply zone.
That is a supply area. That was an area. It was initially a demand. Sorry, it was what? That is a drop-based drop, a DBD. Yeah?
Yes.
This is a drop-based drop. So that one becomes, we on the 4 hour. 4 hour what? Supply. And if you look carefully, the 4 hour supply, we also have another fair value gap. This is why I'm still expecting price to come to these areas. This is why I'm still expecting price to come to this area. So me right now, I'm actually on a buy. I'm actually buying. I've decided to already push the button, because how I do enter my market is I do something like this. I do enter the 618. Then I put my stop loss below. and I always want it to come. Now, my first take profit is going to be here, but in this case, I wanted it to come all the way up. I wanted us to retest that. I think I was trading of a risk of 1 for me to be able to gain around 3%. So I entered that trade on Friday. In some little profit, not so many profit. I'm up like almost $30 only. So I'm waiting to see what the market will open like. And this is the trade I'm currently on. The only barriers I'm having is if now price wants to be coming right now down, then we close below here. I'll actually see if we close below the 786, definitely I'll be looking to find ways to break even. To break even is for my trade to at least come back to the 618 and break even. That is if price comes and breaks. Remember, for price to come and break below here, we need to form a drop, something like this, like what happened here. We need to form another drop, base, drop. So you can actually see I'm having a lot of opportunities to get out of my trade, because if I see such a candle, this one, I can wait for this one to get out, or I can wait for this one to break even. Okay? And I call that a day. I get out of that trade and now start looking for what sells below this area, looking for sales to come to. You can see I still have my fair value gap down here. So I'll be changing the side. I'll be betraying the buyers, now joining the sellers around these areas, and I'll be selling to this area. I think I already did my sell icon. It's somewhere. It's very far, but I think it's somewhere here. Yeah, here it is. You can actually see. So these are the two trades I'm looking forward to this week. Sorry, no. From Monday, I think for the next 2 days, these are the trade I'm looking for. Definitely, let's see if we're going to get that money in the market is going to open in the next 30 minutes. The market is going to open in the next 30 minutes. So I think for the breakdown, let me look at the 1 hour. Let me see if we're having a different information in the 1 hour. Then we're going to end our thing there. Maybe we'll just look at Forex Factory. We talk 1, 2, 3. Small chit chat. I think this call has extended because we started late. Yeah, so you can actually see I'm still way good. My the 1 hour is kind of still supporting me for my buy, because we are where? Where are we? Victoria, are you asleep?
No, I'm not asleep.
Which area are we on still? Tuko wapi hapo?
I can't understand your question.
I mean, on the 1 hour, which story are you getting in the 1 hour? The market, why is the market behaving like it's
Oh,
open?
the market has to fill the imbalances it left while coming down.
Yeah, absolutely. So those are the imbalances I'm still looking for the market. At least the first imbalance is, you see, at the top all of this box that I'm seeing here. We have a very nice fair value gap in the 1 hour. Definitely, we wanna market an imbalance. It's not looking like good one. So definitely I'll just take the whole of this zone. So this is the first area I might be looking to see if I can get out some little profit. Then we have the top areas, because if the market comes to this area, this is another very strong level, because this was a structural level which was broken. So first TP, this is where you see now we're doing first take profit. Second take profit is above there. Third take profit around 42.57. Then the rest of it, you take your profit at this area. Very nice area to take profit, because we're having tons of fair value gap on the 1 hour there. and will be good for the day. Will be good for the day. So literally that's where we break our market down to. And unless somebody has any question, and literally the reason why I'm still calling for the buys a little bit is because if I'm able to do my fib like this, from the high to the low, I want it to retrace to what level? 786. So this is a sell fib. Yes, I'm supposed to be looking for sells to this area. I'm just trying to capitalize in both ways when the market is going up and is going down. So we literally fail to close. If I look with my naked eyes, we are around the 236 line. And if we fail to break it, then the market is going back to the 786, definitely. 786, this area. Definitely. So that's what I'm looking forward to before we again start dropping. Overall, look, be careful because the month is about to close. A lot of manipulation happened during the monthly close. That candle that we are seeing, it's a selling candle, can turn to be a buying candle within the last 3-5 days, 1 day. That's what the market has actually shown me for the last days. So that being said, unless somebody has a question, we can decide to look at, let me just look a little bit of what the dollar is doing. The dollar index. Just for a little bit of correlation. Let me look at the dollar index using the CMX. Yeah, CMX is okay. You can see literally the dollar has been gaining strength over and over and over and over and over again. Now that the war has kind of cooled, I'm looking for the dollar to retrace a little bit. I'm looking for the dollar to retrace a little bit. The first retracement level for the dollar is going to be around the first retracement for the dollar. I'm looking for the dollar. This is the first retracement. Then we get that. Then we retrace a little bit to 99. So these are the lower levels that I'm still, and that's why I'm still calling for the gold buys. Then from here, we're going to decide what is going to happen. If the dollar is going to drop further, or the dollar is going to go much higher. So literally right now, the dollar is we're still battling this demand area, which looks like it is still having a lot of strength. So demand. This is what I just do to the DXY. I just mark it like roughly so that another area. You can actually see how my lines are aligning automatic. And I was just doing it randomly. Another demand area is down here. And the reason why I'm saying this here, it's because of this fair value gap. So I'll not draw the fair value gap. I'll go with this because it's still in the middle point, but the fair value gap, the imbalance is right here. If I draw the fair value gap, it will look like something like this. Fair value gap, buy side, fair value gap. Yep. Okay, that is my alarm telling me, David. So this is what the dollar index is looking like. We just try to do the correlation because depending on what the dollar is doing, it might affect, it's not always, but what the dollar is doing, it might affect the gold. And you can see literally this is the exact opposite of what we've done because we are still expecting gold to go up. And then if gold is to go up, the dollar has to come down. The dollar definitely has to come down. If the dollar continues going up, then gold is going to be a little bit tricky for it to go up. Let's look at the news. Some of the news that will be dropping down in the coming week. Escape. Okay. So I'm going to do Forex Factory. And I'm going to teach you, all of you, all about this, where we normally look for the news. These are some of the hidden gems that people use and they don't tell people. So this is Forex Factory. So this is a website where you're able to just kind of look. Iran must immediately stop their high-paid proxies in Lebanon from causing trouble. If they don't, we hit Iran very hard again, just like we did last week, only harder. This was 7 hours ago. Why should gold not gap up? Remember, the news is just an excuse for the market to move to where it is supposed to be going. If our guy said this, this is panic again. We thought treaties were signed, blah, blah, blah. And you can actually see how the world economy is being run through fear, manipulation, fear, manipulation. How many times have we been told the war is going to an end? Then the other day we hear Israel has done this has done this. The market flips. Oil goes up, oil goes down. This is just money flowing. If you know, if you're able to stay closer and just be able to like trade the fear, there's a good amount of money, because with only this such a news, this is like, okay, how does this impact now the things that our normal trade? Remember, we have investors, we have people who are doing different things in the world. So some companies which were not like moving their commodities because of the war, which had already, they started now thinking that, oh, the market is like, okay, now the war is kind of coming to an end. Then we get something like this. When treaties have already been signed and blah, blah, blah. And then we get such a speech or such a tweet. What does that do? If they were to release some money to pump to the market to do some trade, they hold on. If they hold on, money will not be flowing. If money is not flowing, meaning it's somewhere, it's being kept to something else. Remember, gold is always the safe haven. The safe haven, that means no matter where the world will go, to what kind of crisis, the best asset you can buy and be safe is gold. Because no matter how bad the situations are, banks will always rely on gold. We have what we call the gold standard. It can never reach a certain ratio and go below it. That's why they came up with the gold standard. So that's why a lot of elites, they invest in such commodities. So if these big companies or blah, blah, blah were trying to, because that's where their money is. So if they were to liquidate their cash in order for them to do trade and do blah, 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 for stuff to go back to the sea, for things to now happen, they had to release some liquid. Release the liquid, that is to sell some of their assets, like if they're having gold, blah, 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 go to the banks, they get the cash, because this is just what these guys do. They have assets. So with this asset, they just go to the bank, they put those assets as collateral, then they get the money. So if they were going to do that, then they're going to hold. If they hold, what happens? So literally, this is not a very good, anyway, bad news is good news to us because we're able to see where the direction of the market might be going for the next thing. So literally tomorrow, I'm not seeing any other big news unless just always watch for the red folders. Now we don't have any red folder for the US. For the new individuals, this is Forex Factory. We just use to see where the big news normally drops. We had a US bank holiday on Friday. So the US bank holiday was on Friday. You can see on here on Monday, there's no something big coming in. We have Form C member Wall Speaks. This is, if you're able to see my cursor, this is a yellow folder. A yellow folder doesn't mean a lot of things. That is not a very impacting news. Brown folder, like this one, brown folder that was here for the Trump news, can actually impact the market. Red folder is danger. Red, if you see a red folder, that is danger. Like the market can go the either way. So let's look, this is just tomorrow. Let's look at the other day calendar. Let's look at the day before that. Okay, 21st, 23rd. Let's look at Tuesday. So on Tuesday, flash sale, I'm not seeing any bigger news for the US as well. Richmond Manufacturing Index coming, flash service PMI. Yeah, we'll be having PMI. PMI will be coming. This is not so much impacting around 4 p.m. So yeah, PMI, we'll be having PMI. Let's look at 24th. I'm going to be posting this in case we have a very dangerous news. I'll be posting it in WhatsApp so that you guys can stay on toast to those who are trading live. 25th, bank stress, employment, Audi, like literally until Wednesday, sorry, until Tuesday is when I'll be looking to be taking those bigger trades and being cautious because we have the final GDP coming in on Tuesday, 3:30 my time. That is 5 a.m. US. No, that is not 5. Is it 5? Is it 3? I think 3 a.m. there, something like that. I'm not sure. Yeah, we have the USD core price index MMM. It's coming out. Yeah, we are at the end of the month. This one normally comes before the end of the month. So these are the two red folders I'll be watching for. Another big news. Let's see what Friday has got for us. No big news dropping. We just have revised UOM inflation expectations. Yeah, that is for the opening of the month. We have to get that data as well. Yeah, I think those are the news to be watching for the next coming week. Steve and Anya, I know this has been the boring call you've ever joined because no worries, you guys will be good at this. You will be good at this the moment you're able to identify support and resistance. So in case anybody has any question, Wairimu, I'll start with you.
My only question was when you're putting the gray box. Yeah, that's my only question.
When am I putting the gray box?
No, when you were putting the gray box. I don't know why you are doing that.
Oh, I know you have not started with us on the strategy part. And I think I told you about I'm going to join you with Anne because I think now you guys are in the same level now. As we'll be doing a lot of backtest, I want you to find time to be joining our backtest call. Anytime we'll be jumping with Anne, we'll just be doing a backtest because I want you now to start for you guys to be able to see the strategy to backtest with us, for you to start getting familiar with it. Okay. Right now, you don't know why why I'm putting that box. Where am I putting that box? It's just a strategy that I come up with because I love my areas. I love my 618, my 78, and my 78, and I always want it price to go to the negative parts. So if it's a very simple strategy. Just you're able to put a box, and you're able to know within these key levels, these are dangerous zone. And above here, I'm able to trade from this point to this point. And below here, I'm able to trade from this point to this point. Then from the box, you have your fib. If you have your fib, it means if your fib is looking like this and your box is below, you know the areas of manipulation. Areas of manipulation are going to be around just a little bit above the box because this is now a sell fib. areas of manipulation is areas you're able to identify. Then below, these are areas of liquidity, take profit where price might be going. The same thing if you're having a box that is looking like this. We're going to, if you've, I think, I don't think I've touched with you about flags, wheeling, dropping flags, ascending flags, descending flags, such kind of things. So those are the kind of things we look at. The things we've been talking about, conflicts, pullbacks, the patterns that happen in the market. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a breakdown. Instead of you learning so many patterns, if you're just able to learn the box, you're able to see different patterns happening within the box. Because if you're having a box and you're seeing an M forming, you automatically know. You can actually see it is an M, or it is a W, or it is an N. It is very clear.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll be getting on with you guys to do the back test. And I'll advise also Miss Anya and Steve, just join those calls. Right now, it might not make sense to you because these are kind of a foreign language, but the moment you go back and then we start doing the basics with you, we learn, okay, support, resistance, is when you start like, oh, this is why they were doing that. That's why they were doing that. That's why they were doing that.
Thank you. We still learn
Yes.
something.
Amazing. Yeah. So buy low, sell high. I know that is the only thing. And maybe something else. Steve is very happy.
Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, this is the language of trading. The problem is the first thing is normally understanding the language. That's why we try to take people to the basics. That is the initial part. Because if you don't get the basics, let me just stop sharing my screen. The basics is definitely what makes everything to look like complicated. It's just like I think in business there's a business language. In military there's a military language. In medicine there's a medicine language. So if you don't know the language, then you sit around medics, you'll be like, what are these people talking about? But the moment you just know a little bit of their vocabulary that they use, oh, we're talking of supply, demand, fee, blah, 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 support, you'll definitely be able to connect the and, the how, the why, the in, the out, those connecting words. And the statements will now be making sense. So, Steve, you'll not be like this again. This is the last call. I promise you're doing like this, okay? Yeah, so probably if you guys can be able to catch up tomorrow, we'll catch up with you. I know we said on Tuesday we'll be doing it with you guys, but if Monday tomorrow you can also manage to join, it will be a very important call as well. So it's not a priority, but Steve, I'll want you to be there. Mom, I can excuse her because I really want you to catch up to the other Francis and David.
Okay,
So
what time? What time?
Same time as, oh no, not same time. It will be a little bit, it will be 1 hour earlier. It will be 10 p.m. my time. So your time will be, what time was this call today? It was
Like 4 o'clock, right?
It was 4 p.m. So it's going to be 3 now. Tomorrow it's going to be 3.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be 3. It's going to be 3 your time, because after that I'll be jumping with Anne around 11, around 4 p.m. So yeah, 4 p.m. That is Victoria.
Yes.
Yeah, I'd love you to be on the call as well for the back test we'll be doing with Anne. That is around tomorrow at 11. Will that be okay with you?
Yes, I'll be on the call.
Okay. Yeah, and remember, you're also going to be doing some basics with some few individuals. So I'm gonna locate you some few individuals for you to teach them the basics as well, so that I
Okay,
can
no.
see if you've really mastered it. And that is the best thing of what I'm really trying to do, is I don't just teach you, I also try to make you teach somebody else.
Yeah, it's okay, no problem.
And the best way to really be able to really understand something is to be going over and over and over and over and over and over again. If you do it over and over and over and over again, it becomes like, how do I call it?
You master
Just,
it at your fingertips.
yeah, you just master it at your fingertips. So I know Stephen in some few days is going to be teaching us, is going to be doing markups in front of us, and you're able to see what he's actually doing.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. That being said and done, I think for the call today, we can call it a day. So unless there's any other question, any other clarification, you want us to play some Kahoot. For me, I'm very much flexible.